of y'all want to grow a really good pepper game next year? If you do, I'm going to share with you my secret, my way of doing things. It's a little unorthodox, but absolutely works. So if you're a beginner gardener and you're looking to get that edge for next year, maybe you're a seasoned gardener and you're just wondering, man, I really want to get my pepper game going, it starts now. So the conventional wisdom is really simple. Start your pepper starts 6 to 8, 10 weeks ahead of your last expected frost date. That is what everyone tells you to do. Now, last year in 2025, I had a friend of mine, Destin, the Texas garden guy. He gave me a couple habanero plants, and I believe that was around April. And the plants were already huge. Great size, great everything. I was like, dude, when did you start these? Because I normally start all of my starts on January 15th. That's for me. In this area, zone 9B, our last expected frost date is usually about March 1st, March 3rd. So you back it up. And I thought I was planting early at that time, January 15th-ish. He goes, man, I start my pepper seeds in November. I said, what? November? He goes, yeah, you got to give them a lot of time to really grow. I said, okay, noted. So 2 months ago, last month, November 12th or 13th, I forgot what date it was, I started a whole round of pepper seeds that I have on the heat mats, under the grow lights and everything. And these are just some of the examples right here. Now they're a little leggy, that's okay. I'm not stressed about it. These are all jalapeños. I've had a fan on them since the moment they started to sprout through the ground, so they're definitely good, strong plants, and these are actually ready to be up potted, which I'll be doing later today. They need to get up potted. But I started them really early because what my goal is, and you know, it's the end, it's the beginning of January right now. Those peppers are 6 weeks old already. So by the time March 1st, March 3rd hits, I've already gotten them hardened off to the outside elements and all that. They're going to be ready to go in the ground and be ready to rock and roll. And they'll be 2 to 3 months ahead of normal pepper starts. That should give me a really good, strong jalapeno game along with all the other peppers that I have up there. But for today's video, what I wanted to do is share that little bit of tidbit of information right there, little secret. And I want to get these started. Now, I have heard and seen on other social media sites that are specific for my zone, zone 9B, and you should also find your own zone social media sites. Facebook usually has them, Instagram, I'm sure maybe TikTok, I'm not sure. Facebook definitely. There is a zone 9B garden channel that I watch. If the administrators are on here, can y'all give me access to actually post? Just saying. But I've heard these are a really good pepper to grow in my zone. So we're gonna get these pepper seeds started. Now I just got these in the mail. That's why they aren't as far along as those, but that's all right. I'm not tripping, but we're gonna get these started today. And I'm gonna show you what I do. Now, let me warn everybody right here, warning, I am going outside the norm on this video. Almost always you're going to hear, hey, you have to plant in a seed starting mix. You have to plant in a seed starting mix. You have to plant in a seed starting mix. All right, y'all. I normally do that, not going to lie. This year, I wanted to try something different. So with these seeds, along with all the other seeds that I have upstairs on the heat mat, I started them from seed in Happy Frog, or Fox Farms Happy Frog soil. I'm gonna make a bit of a mess here, but you know what? It's gardening. I'm all good with it. Why did I do that? One, I wanted to have nutrients already ready for the seeds once they need them. Now here's the trick, and here's the thing to keep in mind with all seeds. Your seed does not need nutrients until it puts on its first set of true leaves. Now what do you mean by true leaves? If you're a beginner gardener, this might be a little confusing. The first leaves that grow when they pop up out of the ground and they turn into leaves are not true leaves. Those are the remnants, basically, of the seed itself. They're not the true leaves. The true leaves are the ones that will come right after those, and they start to actually look like the leaves of the plant. So keep that in mind. Once your true leaves start to show up, that is when your plants need nutrients. Now, seed starter mix is great because it's sterile. You can use it for basically everything. And all a seed really needs is just a loving, warm medium to hold that seed for it to germinate. I didn't want to go through all that this year, and like I do on this channel, I wanted to experiment. So I did. I used this growing medium right here. Again, Fox Farms Happy Frog, just this mix, not the other one, not the light blue bag that you can find like everywhere. I use that bag for other things outside. Great material. Fox Farm is great, y'all. I'm not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't mind being, but absolute great material. But I wanted to try this because I couldn't find seed starting mix. I'll be totally honest with everybody. For some reason, this time of year, stores don't think people still garden. I don't get it. It drives me absolutely nuts. But it is what it is. So I started with this, and I'm going to show y'all exactly what I did for these seeds and a whole bunch of other ones upstairs. Really simple. Got me a seed tray, and I don't want to make too big a mess here, but all we're going to do is fill them up, y'all. Now I know right off the bat someone is going, dude, that's not even pre-moistened soil. You're right, it's not. And I have a reason for that. This is not a seed starting mix. Okay? Seed starting mixes, you need to have pre-moistened and all that. Now, you could pre-moisten this if you wanted to. I choose not to. Just my way of doing things might be unorthodox, of course, because it's me. But it works. So, in each of these trays, because these are a 2-inch by 2-inch tray, I'm going to put in 2 seeds per. Now, what I just did was an example. You can tell that when I put in the tool to put the seed hole in, it doesn't really stay. That's because it's not wet. The soil isn't wet. That's fine. Not a big deal. As you can see, it still works. So, Chad, why aren't you pre-moistening all this? Oh, these seeds are tiny, yo. No, they're not. They're not that tall. Small. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 seeds per cell. Now, if you're wondering why, it's really, really simple. If one seed does not germinate, then I have a shot at a second seed germinating. If both seeds germinate, well, peppers are really resilient plants. You can gently pull the roots apart and transplant them. Then you got multiple plants during the same time that you planted the first time. So, work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, now that I've got them all in here, I'm going to press them down about a 1/4 inch. That's it. You don't want to go super, super deep with the seeds, but you want to get them down in there. So let me do that real quick. Okay, cover them up just like so. Y'all, we're done. No, we're not. We still got to water them. So for the initial watering with this kind of a median, using this, not a seed starter, I will mist the very top really well. And that's just to get the soil wet right around the seeds. Not going all the way down deep yet, down into the reservoir. We're just going right here at the very top. So you want to do a really good misting. I at this point do not pour water on the top at all with anything other than something like this, a spray thing. You don't want the water, if you're using a cup or a little watering spout, to disturb where the seed is. You want that seed to now sit and become enveloped by the medium. And that's going to happen with the water as it seeps down through everything in the soil, which just takes a little bit of time to do. And I'll tap it down a little bit, get the water going down in there, spray it just a little bit more. I know it looks like I'm over watering y'all, but trust me, I'm not. Now, last thing I'm going to do is put a marker, kind of like this, in here so I remember what seeds these are. And then I'm going to take them and put them on the heat mat under the grow light. Now, here's the trick for using this medium. I will not now water anything with this for one full day. No more. Tomorrow morning, I will come in and I will fill up the reservoir, not all the way, about halfway, with water, and allow the median to absorb that water and now bring it up through the ground, up through the soil to the seeds. And then every 2 days, or basically when the seed tray is really, really light, which means the soil is pretty dry, I'll re-water from the bottom up. From here on out, I will not spray from the top anymore. This will help eliminate fungus gnats. You won't have to deal with them. You're not disturbing the seed as it's starting to germinate and grow, because the water from the top's not being poured on it. It's being absorbed from the bottom, which also helps the roots of the plant, once it breaks the seed, to start pushing those roots down to find the water. So you're doing multiple things here at the same time, which is perfect. It gets these seeds rocking and rolling. Three, I also have a fan, an oscillating fan that is always on the plants. So that makes them very strong plants. It makes them used to the wind, shaking back and forth. It also helps when you start to harden them off to put them outside. They're already used to the wind. Two, having a fan blowing across will dry the top of the soil out, again, eliminating any chance of fungus gnats in any way, shape, or form. Other than that, y'all, that's my secret to a good, strong, healthy pepper game. So I hope everyone got something out of this video. It's not too late to start your peppers early, depending on where you are. Again, this is all dependent upon where you are, and I'm basing my time of planting off of my zone. So just keep that in mind if you're watching from, say, 8B, 7B, 6A, 4A, wherever you are. Keep that in mind on the timeline of what I'm talking about. So, y'all, take care. May God continue to bless each and every one of you, and I will talk to y'all again real soon.